What's up guys, Houndish here, and today the Solstice event goes live in Destiny 2, nearly called it Solstice of Heroes then. And just before the update we do get the trailer for the event this year. Of course we see the new armor again, as well as a better look at the updated European aerial zone, plus the new weapon for the event and some of the cosmetics. But on top of this, today we also have some sandbox tuning for weapons in the game. So we've got a quick breakdown and a brief reminder of that. And so as always guys, I hope you find the video useful, but without delay, let's get into it. We should start out by checking out the trailer in full right here. So here it is if you want to see it.
Welcome to the EAZ. Seems like we got some uninvited guests. Why don't you clear them on out of here? We got a bonfire to build. Raise a little hell, Guardian. Now that's a bonfire. Relax. Enjoy the summer. You've earned it.
And for a quick breakdown, we can see the European aerial zone immediately is a little bit updated. We also see primarily Taken enemies in the trailer here. And of course it makes sense that the Guardians are rocking Solar 3.0. Then very early on in the trailer, we get a look at the new hand cannon for the event. We also see it fire a little bit later in the trailer. Let us know what archetype you guys think it is down below. But of course it has the same model as kind of True Prophecy or Better Devils. Also very early on though, we get a better look at the new ornament for Witherhoard, which we'll see inside of the event. And a quick shout out for this one, according to todayindestiny.com, that ornament should be sold for Bright Dust on the 9th of August. That is in the final week of Solstice. So bear it in mind if you were planning to go ahead and buy it with Bright Dust. Then Eva talks about the new Bonfire. We see a Guardian throwing an orb into the Bonfire right there, obviously to charge it up. So we got a bit of Black Armory Forge ball throwing mechanics going on. But also here we see a new ornament for the Forerunner. It's worth also mentioning that that one will be sold for Bright Dust too, but that'll be on the 2nd of August. Otherwise they will be available for silver before that time. And we can see how Bungie have added kind of man cannons right there to make it easier to traverse different parts of the map. Additionally though, we can see that enemies appear to be kind of attacking the center of the map, so that's the mechanic that Bungie described where we have to sort of defend the bonfire as well as being able to charge it up. But over time, the bonfire grows significantly larger, at which point loot will spill out onto the floor, according to the trailer right here. So there we go, quick breakdown of the trailer. Bungie will be helping us to touch grass this summer with the updated EAZ as well, so give us your thoughts below, and I'll be sure to keep you posted on event stuff throughout the week. Of course though, the other component that we get is the update that brings Solstice today. And as a reminder, the things that Bungie are targeting to fix in the patch, which is hotfix 4.1.5, include a bunch of adjustments to weapons. So initially today, Lorentz Driver will see adjustments. Bungie say that it's still oppressive to play against. So it's seeing reduced aim assist stat from 32 to 22. And they've also reduced suction against players, removing the universal 2x flinch nerf from the previous change, since they've also applied a global linear fusion rifle flinch adjustment. So bear in mind, Lorentz Driver is getting that reduction in aim assist, and the suction element will be less effective against players. Additionally, Gjallarhorn is seeing a PvP nerf, if you like, and Bungie pointed out that this is a dominant heavy weapon choice in PvP and Gambit, due to proximity detonation making it very easy to use. And so the primary rocket will no longer have proximity detonation, but also Wolfpack rounds will now deal half the amount of damage to players. Share your thoughts about that, but also the last word will see adjustments, specifically targeted towards controller use. And so Bungie say they've reduced hipfire precision aim angle by 50%, and the precision aim angle dictates how far off the head you can be aimed and still have aim assist grant you a critical hit instead of a body shot. So it will get those precision shots a little bit less easily. And additionally, they've reduced damage and aim assist fall off distance by 3 meters. Next though, for Forerunner, Bungie points out that it was getting 3 ammo per special brick in PvP, technically enough for a kill, but it was unforgiving, so it's being bumped up. But at the same time, the weapon was getting full ammo from a special brick in PvE, and that gave it extremely high uptime, so they've increased the ammo per special brick from 3 to 4 in PvP, and reduced the ammo per special brick to a maximum of 16 in PvE. Then additionally for Ariana's Vow, they're increasing increasing ammo per special brick in PvP from 1 to 2. And the final weapon-specific changes are that Bungie are increasing the airborne effectiveness stat on specific exotic weapons. So for Soros Regime, it goes from 23 to 31. For Whisper of the Worm, it goes from 9 to 20. Monte Carlo will go from 21 to 29, and Forerunner from 22 to 27. And this is where other airborne effectiveness changes come into play. So for primary weapons, they say they've reduced the airborne penalties for all primary weapons, and these changes are roughly equivalent to increasing the base aerial effectiveness stat of primary weapons by 15 at low stat values. So they're reducing the airborne accuracy penalty at low AE by 20 to 40% depending on the weapon type, and for auto rifles, pulse rifles, scout rifles and submachine guns it'll be 40%, then for hand cannons and sidearms it's 20%, and for bows 30%. Additionally, they've reduced the airborne aim assist penalties for the above weapon types and changed the stat scale to provide more benefit to each point. So they've reduced the airborne auto aim penalty by 20%, but also reduced the airborne magnetism penalty by 40%. And in addition, some perks will now give a static aerial effectiveness stat buff in addition to their other effects. So Air Assault will see plus 10 AE at all times in addition to plus 60 when at low health. Extended Mag will see plus 10 AE, and Steady Rounds plus 7 AE. And once again, we got those exotic specific changes we just mentioned. And that takes us to archetype-specific changes, where for hand cannons, precision hand cannons are going to see some buffs, and they're increasing body shot damage from 37 to 40, with crits moving from 57 to 60, and it can now kill with 2 crits and 2 bodies against Guardians, and that includes 1.33 second body shot kills. There are also the auto rifles. And for precision 450 RPM autos, they're increasing body shot damage from 19 to 20, with precision multipliers moving from 1.6 to 1.5. And then there are scout rifles, which will see a couple of different buffs, and for the precision archetype at 180 RPM, they're increasing body damage from 34 to 38, with the crit moving from 54.4 to 60.8. This allows them to 2 crit, 2 body against 197 HP Guardians or lower, and it will kill in 1.33 seconds in body shots against 190 HP or lower Guardians, with that kill being 1.67 seconds against higher resiliences. Then there are high impact frame scouts, and they're increasing body damage from 38.2 to 42, with crits moving from 66.9 to 73.5. And this allows them to 2 crit 1 body against 189 HP or lower, killing in 1.6 seconds with body shots. And the final few adjustments here are for shotguns, and Bungie say pellet shotguns are going to see increased PvE damage bonus from 10 to 25%. They also point out that the global flinch adjustments for linear fusion rifles hurt them in PvE, and they say we've made a change that applies this increased flinch to damage coming only from players. So that's a positive, and they'll be a little bit less obnoxious inside of PvE. Then for glaives, they say when scavenger mods were disabled in PvP, glaives were no longer able to get enough ammo for a kill from a single brick, so that issue has been corrected. And then they've increased ammo per special brick from 1 to 2 in PvP. And they point out that damage scalers on trace rifles, including Killing Tally and Aegis Scepter in Will Given Form mode, as well as Ariana's Vow and Fighting Lion, were not functioning as intended. And the fix for this will restore the functionality for most weapons, but an additional update to Fighting Lion will be required at a later point, currently planned for Season 18's launch. But otherwise, all of those adjustments will be arriving in the update today, guys. So as always, feel free to share your thoughts down below, both on the new Solstice content and the update that we're seeing today. If the video has been useful though, a rating below really does help us out on the channel. Plus, feel free to get subscribed so I can keep you up to date with everything related to the game. But otherwise for today, I appreciate you tuning in as always, and I will catch you all very soon.